Hey everybody, welcome back to Built for Medicine. I'm Dr. Corbin.
And I'm Dr. Madrano.
And today we're going to talk about the back half of undergrad, years 3 and 4. It was the winter time of my junior year, right as like the first mountain of checklist things you have to do to be in the application cycle to not take a gap year.
Okay.
That's when all the stuff started. So that's when you had to send out a letter stating that you want to apply, and then all the onslaught of stuff comes, and then I had to sign up for the MCAT that I was going to take in the spring of my junior year, and so a lot more work just kind of got dumped onto my plate, but I knew that there was going to be either the LSAT or the MCAT, and so for me it was the MCAT, and luckily, again, because I was a biochem major, I had all the prerequisites. I didn't have to take any new classes, and that was kind of the beginning of applying to medical school.
I would say we couldn't have been any more different because for me, so medicine is still kind of in the afterthought, but it could have been a plan B, it could have been a plan C. I mean, I was open to other careers, right? And so for me, I was just trying to get my prereqs done, do what was required. But internally, my passion, I felt, I wasn't all in on medicine. It was very much, let's prepare, and at least I'll be able to get through the door if I decide to commit to it, but let's not do that right now. Where it seemed like you were sold, all in.
Yeah, I wanted to be a surgeon, I was you know what, and then I would watch different videos like Med School Insiders with Kevin Jabal. I remember at that time he was I think 4th year medical student applying to plastic surgery.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And then I watched him as he progressed, and he got into plastic surgery residency. I was like, oh man, and he was staying up late and practicing tying knots and all this stuff, and
that captivated you, huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. And then
we love watching Dr. Webb. I don't know if that's
Antonio Webb. Yep, okay. I was watching him. So I really started to hone in on medicine and applying, and and then you start to again, the friend groups who are applying to medical school. You're talking about different things, trying to make sure we all kind of got all this stuff together. And I remember I had just taken the MCAT, or before I took the MCAT, at Virginia Tech they do this kind of committee letter that you have to submit. Right. And they sit you down and they interview you, and I was like, man, this is ridiculous. This is a lot of work just to apply to medical school. And then going into my final year, luckily, I did all this hard work beforehand. The only hard things left were I think physical chemistry was the big class that I had left, and everything else was electives. Then I was in the lab my final year, and yeah, man, it was a trip because you apply. I applied on the very first day.
Nice.
That applications could go out. I remember that was a big topic of you gotta apply on the very first day because it's the first thing they see.
Right, top of the stack.
Exactly. I just remember applying and going on interviews during the beginning part of 4th year, and I remember I went to one interview on my birthday, and my dad took me to the interview, and we had a good dinner afterwards. At that time, I felt more confident telling some friends that, hey, I'm applying to medical school. And this was the funniest part. My roommate, I didn't tell him until I got back from a medical school interview that I was applying to medical school. And because I wanted it to be real, I wanted it to be solidified. And, and then you get that acceptance letter. Man, those are really good times.
Do you remember the program that first gave you that acceptance
letter?
The
very first program that gave me an acceptance letter was Meharry.
Oh, cool.
In Nashville, Tennessee.
One of the oldest med schools, yeah.
Exactly. And man, I was like, this is amazing. I've got, my first chance of going to medical school. Now, I didn't end up going there, but I was so elated and felt blessed to be able to have that opportunity. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching that video. If you found it valuable, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
We're definitely going to closely look at those comments for any feedback. Also, follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Built for Medicine, and feel free to email us at builtformedicine@gmail.com.